Oliver Cooper was one of the most significant figures in Chorley when the town was really expanding. Bill Walker is a local historian who knows a lot about it. Bill, who was Oliver Cooper?
Oliver Cooper was the perpetual curate at St Laurences Church from 1763, and in so being he was responsible for all the church affairs in Chorley, Chorley being an outlying township of the parish of Croston at the time. And he was also chair of the vestry, and at that time the vestry, which was composed of all the leading ratepayers, no matter what particular denomination they were, was really starting to get a grip on the town that was growing in population.
So the vestry was really the local government?
Yes, it was. And a very good local government, actually.
And Cooper was chairman of that?
Yes.
So you might have been the leader of the council if you've been around today.
Yeah, that's a good analogy, really, that Chorley was perhaps best governed when it was governed by St Laurences Vestry in the late 18th and early 19th century.
Well, that's the thought. But he didn't get on with his superior, the rector of Croston.
No, as I said, Chorley was an outlying township, a mere chapel of ease in a big parish of Croston. Oliver Cooper, for all his work, was paid £20 a year, a mere pittance.
£20 a year?
£20 a year. And when he came forward with ideas of church extension, which he thought was necessary because of the growing population of Chorley, his supervisor, the rector of Croston, John Master, thought this was purely an excuse for him to increase his salary.
He actually believed that everybody should be able to come to church.
He did. And with the growing population, that was a great concern of his. And he was also a great believer in comprehension, the idea that all Protestants should be able to go to the one Protestant church.
And he also was a leader in the church building program.
Well, this is his great significance, that the only time in history that the state has actually paid money for the state church, serious money for the state church, was in the Church Building Act of 1818, when £1 million put aside to build new churches. And this was heaven sent, really, for Chorley, because since 1804, Cooper had been the acknowledged leader of a subcommittee of the vestry, aiming to create more church places. Now, how do you do this? But in the end, they applied for a grant, and for the princely sum of about £12,500, a 2,000-seater church was built called St George's, Chapel of East to St Laurences. Sadly, Cooper died the very month before it was consecrated and opened, but his life work was achieved.
And he must have been one of the most significant figures in the whole of Chorley.
Yes, I think at a time of great change, at the start of the Industrial Revolution, as factories came into Water Street and the town grew from something like a couple of thousands in the mid-18th century to 7,000 plus by 1821. He was the man who led local government. He was the man who stood up for Chorley rights. He was the man who made sure that the great new churches.
So 60 years of curate and a very great man.
That's true.